It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
Welcome back. This is an episode of Vib3z podcast. It's your favorite Leo. Two Dimple King fleeky eyebrows. Welcome to Death Row if you like skin. And I got my favorite co-host.
Y'all already know it's your girl Brax, your favorite hot-headed Aries.
And we're going to let the man that everybody already know around the city. You might have seen him on Morgan Steps. You might have seen him around campus. Go and let people know who you is.
What's up, Manny the God, comedian, entertainer. Happy to be here. I had y'all cool intros and shit. I wasn't ready for that.
All right, so a lot of people know you from what? Like, what did you say your fame started? Or you don't even consider yourself famous?
Well, I would consider myself famous.
Thank God.
At this point, it's but I would say it started with the first Heaven video.
Mm-hmm.
I did that shit in LA because I was beefing with God at the time. We was real live beefing because let me take another shot.
Oh, do your thing. Casamigos.
Shout out to Casamigos if you're watching this.
We are not sponsored, but yeah, it's Casamigos.
I had some crazy nights over this Casamigos.
Never had Casamigos. I've been patrolling all my life.
Man. But yeah, so I was beefing with God because my relationship and shit wasn't working out. I was like, yo, you gotta fix this for me. I'm like, yo, if you don't fix this for me, yo, you can't be who you say you are. That's what I was saying. And that shit ain't work out. You know what I'm saying? Okay. It ain't work out. And so I was like, yo, you probably not even real. That's what I said to him. And that same night, like I had a dream I couldn't get into heaven. Like I was like,
and fucked you up.
Fucked me all the way up. Like it was bad too, because like he showed me all the times he saved my life and shit. You know all the times you're supposed to die and you just don't die.
Was you drunk when you went to sleep?
Nah, I think I was high. I was probably sleeping.
Okay.
But I was like he showed me all the times. Like it was a time like my car got shot up. I was a kid. And none of the bullets hit me. He was like, remember? He was like,
you remember this?
He's like, yo, it's right there. He's like, I clicked the seat back. So he's like, showed me all the shit. Then he was like, yeah, you gotta go back down the stairs. I was like, nah. I was like, nah. So then once he told me get on, that's when I woke up and I was sweating like bullets. Like I was.
Did you ever smoke what you smoked again that night?
Yeah, hell yeah. It wasn't the weed though. Like it was, this shit was a real dream. Like it was real life. So when I woke up, I was like about to cry for real. I was like, damn, he don't fuck with me. I was like, yo, the OG don't fuck with me no more. It was like, cause like my whole life, like God been my OG.
Right.
And so I'm like, damn, he don't fuck with me no more. How he used to fuck with me. I'm like, he not letting me into heaven. And I was like, how many people be dealing with this? You know what I mean? I was like, yo, hella people probably just go through life and don't know if God real. And they probably think shit or, you know what I mean? Move a certain way because they feel like life don't really matter.
Right.
And so I was like, yo, if I make this video, I'm like, I could probably get people to think the same way and get them to see. You feel me?
And then it took off.
Yeah, then that shit. I mean, it was disrespectful at first because I was like, yo, I'm cussing. But that's how I really talk to God though. Like I really,
God one of the homies. They don't fuck it is.
Like I'm like I'd be like, yo, G, like this shit fucked up right now.
You talk to God like he is brother, yo, G. Let me tell you what happened.
I'm like, oh yeah, like you know what's up with these bitches, like they tripping, like all types of shit. So that's how I was talking in the video. And at first I was like, damn, people probably gonna think this shit crazy and disrespectful. But I was like, God, I talk to you like this all the time. Like
right,
like,
that's your relationship.
I'm like, look, like if you don't like it, you could just kill it. Cause I ain't have no followers on TikTok when I posted it. I had zeros, a new page. And so I was like, yo, you could just kill the video. I'm like, you don't even got.
What made you even get on TikTok?
Cause I was on Instagram grinding, right? I was on Instagram just grinding, like making video every day.
Oh, you was on super grind mode.
That shit wasn't going nowhere.
All right.
It's cause like, when you got Instagram, it's like, I be trying to explain this shit to people. When you got Instagram and you know people from like your whole life, once you really find yourself, they don't know that person that you just found.
Right.
And so they might not look at you as like a comedian. Like my friends and shit, they didn't look at me as a comedian. They didn't know me as that. They knew me as like a nigga that went to college, Navy. You know what I mean?
So we just gonna slide that motherfucker in there. You know, just college, Navy, it ain't
like
ain't
nah. It's like,
just slowly
like
just slide that in there.
Like that's like my old life.
Oh, so you're a whole veteran out here.
I'm 24, but I feel like I lived a lot of life.
Wait, hold on. You was in the Navy, right?
I went to the Naval Academy. So it was like my freshman year.
Smart.
Nah, but I'm dumb though. Cause I got kicked out.
Boy, you smart. It's hard to even
though.
get into the Naval Academy.
Yeah, but I got kicked out and shit. Like they wanted me to snitch, and I wouldn't snitch. Like, like it's like not like they was like, cause this what happened. So I'll tell y'all the story.
Yeah, you got kicked out.
Let's hear the story. Let's hear the story.
We was in Bahrain, like the Middle East and shit, and it was for summer training. And when we was on land, they was like, they was just letting us do our thing so we could like go out and shit, like party. But they showed us like a map, like places we couldn't go and shit. But one of the places we couldn't go, me and my bro, we was like, yo, that's like the most lit club niggas was telling us about on the ship. So we was like, fuck it, we just gonna go. We get there, man, that shit jumping. Like, I mean, crazy. It was Asian prostitutes everywhere. I'm 18 at the time.
Oh, you ain't never seen no shit like this.
I ain't never seen no shit like this. Bitches just sticking titties in your face. Like, I'm like, yo, this how the club is in the movies. I'm like, yo, this shit crazy. So we in there, this Saudi dude pull us in his section. He like, yo, you guys are American. Like, I fuck with y'all. Like, American.
Oh, you thought you was living a life.
Oh, yeah. He let us order a bottle of Henny and shit on his tab. Nah, facts. I'm gonna leave that part out. It's a personal story I can't tell.
I fuck with the dude behind the camera. Yo, nah, not that one.
So we get drunk as hell in there. We leave. Some dudes try to grab us, like
kidnap y'all.
Yeah, some dudes try to grab us. We end up getting away. Get back to the hotel.
For people that don't know, it's somebody mystery behind the camera. Was it you and Yo?
Huh?
Was it you and him?
Nah, it wasn't me and him. It was me and my bro from Navy.
Okay.
Yeah. So nah.
About to say, damn.
Nah, it's more to the story. But moving on, we laying low after that. You feel me? Like we not trying to leave the room, nothing. But we just drinking the whole time.
Oh, he had y'all shook about to be kidnapped.
Yeah,
we not leaving the room.
We was fucked up. So the whole time we just drinking. You know what I mean? Getting drunk as hell the whole time because the drinking age they're 18.
Mm-hmm.
So then we going to the airport to leave to come back to America. We find this duty-free store in the airport. They got hella liquor in there. We like, all right, this is our last time to drink. So we, you know what I'm saying?
It's always the young ones, man.
So we get the vodka, Red Bulls. We take it to the bar. The bartender just let us pour our own drinks. And man, I blacked out. We get on a plane. They kicked me off the plane.
Well, they found it?
Nah, they just said I was too drunk to fly.
Yo, hold on. First of all, to be too drunk to fly, you was already belligerent. You wasn't just walking.
Bro, I was fucked up.
Okay.
I was all the way gone. Like I was telling motherfuckers like, yo, we back to America with it. Fuck is you? I'm talking to strangers. I'm walking through the aisles like, yeah, we out of here. Niggas trying to kidnap me. We gone though. I'm like talking shit, right?
Yeah,
you was out of it.
So yeah, so they got me right up out of there. Me and another midshipman. We get kicked off the flight and shit. So it was like 20 of us drinking though. Like we was all.
But you was the only one that was lit.
Nah, we was all lit, but I was carrying it. Like I was like I was carrying it. So they kicked me and another dude off. Then we had to call the Naval Academy. Like, yo, we got kicked off the flight. Y'all gotta get us new flights. Like, we not about to buy flights. Like when you in the Navy, like you kind of like they property. They gotta take care of you.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Y'all gonna get me back home.
Like, y'all gonna get me back home. Like we not just gonna be stuck out here. Y'all are valuable. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all
like,
paid for this.
My asset. Y'all been working me out. Like learning shit. Y'all got me. So we called them. They mad. They like, yo, what happened? They want to know the story. So we
don't tell them you told them the truth.
Nah, listen, we lied. We was like, look, we drunk as shit. Like we was drunk when we called them. So we told them off rip. We was like, yo, we drunk. But they kicked us off the flight for being drunk. So we need new flights home. So
I'm drunk, but put me on a new flight that I'm still gonna be drunk on.
Nah, we not gonna get drunk no more. We told them that. They was like, no more drinking for the rest of the trip. We was like, all right, cool. So they asked us like, who else was drinking with you? We like nobody. Like it was just me and him.
It was just me and him. Right.
But me and him wasn't even friends. Like we wasn't even drinking together.
Y'all just knew.
Like I was drinking. I didn't even know you for real. There, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, yo, like we not gonna tell them about nobody else because we the ones got in trouble. So when we get back home, that's the story. People sticking to it.
Right. It's just us. That's it.
Everybody giving their statements. Then they call us back in the office. They like, yo, what really happened? I'm like, what you talking about?
Somebody enrolled.
I'm like, what you talking about? I look at my phone and said DM on Facebook, like, yo, the shorties ratted. Like the shorties.
The Asian bitches?
Nah, the shorties that was on the trip with us, like the girls, they didn't drink, so they ratted. Like they told on everybody. They said the whole story. And so I'm like, fuck.
Damn.
So I'm sitting there in front of the officer. I'm like, yo, let me just keep it a buck with you.
Fuck it now.
I'm like, yo, look, I'm like, I wasn't about to sit up here and just tell on everybody. I'm like, that's not the type of person I am.
Yeah, I was gonna take the hit and keep moving.
Right. And so he was like, all right, well, you're gonna get this honor offense and the trouble for getting kicked off the flight. So it was a double offense. So shit, I got forwarded for separation. They got me right up out of there.
Damn.
I told the commandant though, I was like, yo, I'm from Baltimore. I was like, I can't snitch. I was like, yo.
When all else fails, hey, yo, I'm from Baltimore.
I was like, yo, I can't be a snitch. I was like, listen, 18 years of my life, like, I've been taught, you feel me, to never snitch. I'm like, y'all got me here 1 year. Y'all just want me to just throw that all away? Like, I'm like, yo.
They got you the fuck up out of there.
Like, nah, the streets would never love me again. So I was like, nah.
So you jumped out of that shit and then hit the comedy wave immediately.
Nah. I end up doing door-to-door sales.
Don't tell me you was out here working for Cutco, yo. You was selling knives?
I was selling Verizon. I was the best. I was the coldest. I was Verizon.
Verizon, the best, the
coldest.
coldest.
Coldest door-to-door salesman ever. Nah.
I don't even open the door.
Nah, you would have opened the door for me. I was handsome too. I had the
like he said,
I still don't open the door.
I had the slick part in my hair. I looked like a scammer. Like straight scammer. Like I used to wear the dress shoes to the field.
Oh, see.
Crazy. Nah, but I ended up getting promoted. I ran an office in Pittsburgh.
Yo, how old are you?
24.
He said 24.
Yo, you did a lot of fucking shit in the last 5 years.
I was 20 years old, racking. Like I was making bank. Like I was making like 10 to 15,000 a week profit. Like
let me say this. Say that shit again.
Shit.
You was doing door-to-door sales and making 10 to 15.
Nah, but I was running the company.
But he was Verizon though.
I was running the company.
It's still 10 to 15 racks a month.
He was running the company.
A week.
Yeah.
Oh, so you was ghost with Verizon.
Like I was getting it. And the town I was living in where my office was, I was always speeding because I was getting places. You feel me? I was
getting places, clearly.
Speeding.
I was on the move.
So the first day I'm there to see the office, the cops pull me over like in the township, the Kennedy Township Police. I probably shouldn't even say this because they're gonna get in trouble, but I don't care.
I don't know.
But look, so they pull me over and I'm like, yo, they like, what you speeding to? You feel me? And I'm like, yo, I'm just about to look at this office space right here. I'm a businessman. You know what I'm saying?
Motherfuckers love that. I'm a businessman.
I told him I got the suit on, you feel me? I'm clean cut, you feel me? I'm talking to them like, I'm like, hey, officer, you know what I mean? I'm talking my white voice. And so I'm like, yo, I seen a flyer. Y'all was trying to get donations for the police department and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo.
You was one fly nigga. That's why you talk to God the way you do.
I'm like, yo, look, I can talk to the chief, you know what I'm saying? See if we can arrange something. If I open my business here, obviously I need the protection. You feel me? I'm like, I'm going to talk to your chief, see if we can arrange something. So he give me his chief card. And I call him. I'm like, hey, he's like,
right then and there?
Nah, I call him when I get in the office. So I call him. He's like, hey, like, you know what I mean? I talked to my deputy. He's like, he told me you were speeding. He's like, you told me you're a little speed racer. I'm like, look, man, like, I just explained it to him. Like, look, I be going places. Like, I'm like, listen, I'm 1,000,000 miles a second. Like, I'm like, yo, I'm like, if y'all let me speed and don't pull me over, like, I just drop like $500 a week in the donations.
You do know that's called fucking extortion, right?
Nah, but I wasn't getting extorted. I'm like $500 a week, right?
So you paid off the cops.
If they pull me over every day, that's like $300 a day.
So you're not gonna tell him he shouldn't be saying this. He really just gonna admit to paying off the cops.
I was not, because look, I was donating and they just like.
Were you really donating though?
Yeah, I was donating. They was taking donations.
I didn't even know you could get out of tickets like that. I'm gonna go ahead and try it.
Donations. Don't try that shit unless you really got the money.
Shit.
If you really got the money to do it, they let you do it. Plus, too, like whenever I would get in the shit with people, like I just call the boys. Like, I'd be like, yo.
So you went from not snitching to
Nah, because now I'm a businessman.
Owning the cops.
Nah, but look, I'm a businessman now. I'm legit. You feel me? Like, I'm legit now. You feel me? Like, I'm a civilian at this point. Like, I'm like, yo, if you fuck with me in my business, I'm going to just call the feds. They like me. So when they pull up, they like, yo, what's the deal? You feel me? Sometimes employees will come complaining about their check and shit, like the ones that I fire or something. And they'll think like, oh, I gypped them on their check. So they're coming there on that hot shit like, I'm like, yo, you're not about to do nothing. I'm like, let me call my friends.
My friends. The township police.
My friends.
Let me call my friends over they right across the street. They was right there every time.
And you stayed doing that for how long?
Like 2 years.
All right, boom. So at that point, you 22 now.
Right.
All right. What was the next hustle at 22 years old?
What's next?
After that, I started working at ADP.
ADP and little people that do the checks.
Yeah. Okay. Checks. But when I was at ADP, it was like I wasn't happy there. Like I was just there, like just to fill time.
You was
like
existing.
I just needed a job. I was just like, fuck it. But I knew I wanted to do comedy, so I was even before this, I was writing jokes like for 2 years. Like just writing them bitches. But I was just
you trying them out or you just writing
I was at
them?
the doors. Like when I would go to the field, I would talk to customers. I would try the jokes. Like during the sale. Like I would like test the joke and they would be cracking up. Like some of them. And then some of them, they wouldn't think they was funny. So then the jokes I would just throw out. Like I'd be like, all right, that shit trash. Okay. But then once I got like good jokes, I was like, all right, I feel better about this. But I still was scared to get on stage. Then one of my coworkers at ADP, he was like, yo, I'm doing an open mic, like stand up. I was like, let me come. He's like, you do stand up? I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. I never did that shit before.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, I'm nice. You feel me? I'm like, I'm nice. But I knew I had 5. He was like, you just gotta go up there for 5 minutes. I knew I had 5 minutes.
Also, I got 5 minutes of jokes.
I had 5 minutes, so I go out there. I did some eating ass jokes and other shit. Like it was some wild shit. Like I just was talking crazy out there, but people was fucking with it. So I kept doing it, and then working at ADP is like they was gaslighting me. Like they was like Pittsburgh, like mad racist. Like they got like a lot of microaggressions and shit.
Yeah.
They be really like they don't fuck with black people there. So in the office, like they'd be bashing Antonio Brown, but then praising Ben Roethlisberger. And I'd be like, yo, y'all know that nigga a rapist.
Right, you about to say the rapist?
I'd be like, yo, y'all just, and then shit would just be pissing me off. Then one day, and I was always, and something like in the beginning, like when I first started working there, it was like somebody got real angry. Like the white people got real angry. And it was around the time where it was a bunch of like school shootings and shit. So I was real paranoid around white people. Cause I'm like, yo, one of these white people gonna snap. So I used to take my pole to work. Like I used to take,
you've been a wild boy, bro. I
used to take the pole to work. Like, but I had a license to carry in Pittsburgh, so I was cool. But one day my manager was like, they was playing some like stupid ass music in the like where we work at. I was like, this the song we going with? She was like, yeah, we had to change it. She was like, the last song was just nigga, bitch, bitch, bitch. And my manager white, like she a white lady. So I'm like,
what? I'm
like, yo, Aaron, off the strength you my manager, like I'm gonna let this slide, but next time I'm gonna uphold on you. I was like, yo, I'm gonna uphold on you for real. Like I'm dead serious. I walked off and my coworker Tim, he was like, yo, she asked me if you was serious. He's like, I told her, yeah.
Didn't say, was he going to shoot up the whole place? Yeah.
I'm like, I was dead serious. So then after that, I was like, yo, I don't want to work here no more. Because that's, like, I was like, I don't know. And plus, too, I knew I wanted to do comedy. And I just felt like, if I say I'm a comedian, like, I got to find a way to get paid off that shit. So I was like.
I mean, yes.
I was like, I'm quitting.
And you jumped out that motherfucker.
So I quit. And then that's when I started driving for Uber. And like I was just doing open mics like every night. And then that's when I figured out I could just book venues and sell tickets and do my own shows. So I did like 3 of them bitches.
You selling tickets?
Yeah, I sold the tickets. I was selling tickets in the hood in Pittsburgh and shit for like $10.
The streets love you.
I was selling, man, people was like, go crazy as shit out here. Like somebody might rob you. I'm like, I wish they would.
He been waiting to lift the pole. Waiting.
This whole time.
I'm like, I'm one crazy nigga. Like I was going through an episode and everything. Like it was like,
yo.
So I was like, yo, I wish a nigga would. Like, I'm like, I've been waiting to blow this.
You've been waiting since ADP.
Like, yo, I've been waiting because they just been pissing me off. So it's like all the shit that was pissing me off, I was just using it to just fuel this.
Mm-hmm.
And so then COVID hit and I was like, fuck, like I can't go on stage. Like nobody, all the venues was closed. So I was like, damn. Then my shorty at the time, she was like, you should make content. Like she was like, cause she tried to be a model. She dope.
Why you downplay your shorty? She
cool,
tried to be a model.
I don't
like you just downplay shorty.
I take that back. She a model. She bad. You know what I'm saying? But
don't even trust it now.
But she don't got like a big platform. Like she don't really.
Is she a model?
Nah, she don't.
Or she taking pictures with that little white wall?
Pictures. Like she be taking pictures, but she do other stuff too. Like
okay.
She just got on a sitcom in LA. So she doing her thing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit.
Yeah, so she doing her
I ain't gonna say the sitcom.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if she would be cool with me even talking about her, so.
I mean, really, if you say the sitcom, ain't nobody gonna know who you talking about.
Nah, they gonna know. They gonna
damn, yeah, right.
They gonna figure it out. But she was like, you should make content. So I started making videos. Them shits was not funny, though. Like, them shits is...
What you making them on Instagram?
They was butt. Like, they was trash. You guys got... Yo, he was the only nigga supporting me, though. Like, he was still riding with the videos. Wasn't funny.
Did you tell him it was some shit?
Nah, he didn't tell me. He was like, yo, keep it up, bro. Like, I'm proud of you, bro. Like, you
ain't right. Yeah, yo.
Nah, he right, though. That's my man's. Because if it wasn't for niggas like him, like, I would gave that shit up. Like, because sometimes you just need that reassurance.
Gassing
like,
that bullshit you was doing.
He was gassing it. He was letting me have it. He was like, yeah, man, you got this. He's like, yo, you gonna be big. So I was like, yeah, facts. And I just kept believing that shit. That's when, you know, I was steady trying to make videos and shit. They was getting decent views. Like they was getting like 1,000 views on Instagram. So I was doing something. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of niggas don't even get 1,000 views. So I was one of them niggas getting 1,000 views. I was happy. I was like, yo, we used to get 200. You know what I'm saying? Like, so then I seen Lou Ratchet, like Lou Ratchet video. You know who Lou Ratchet is? That nigga funny as shit. So I seen his camera angles, like how he was doing that shit. I'm like, yo, that shit crazy.
I was gonna ask you, how the fuck do you do your camera angles?
You gotta use a GoPro. He be holding the shit out the GoPro.
Yo, you gotta aim it a little down, yo. All right.
Nah, I be like, yo, raise it up. His arm be getting tired. He dropping. Like, nah, pick that shit up. Because the reason why I do that shit is because niggas always made fun of me for being short, like my whole life. And so now I make fun of myself. So niggas,
it ain't really funny no more.
It ain't funny no more.
You?
I'm 5'8", but I was 5'6" up until college though. So niggas was clowning me like, yo,
you're not short now though.
I was gonna say that's not really short.
But tall niggas still get way more bitches than me, and that shit be bothering me.
But bitches be short.
Bitches do be short, but they still want the tall nigga. Like I be mad at the tall nigga.
I mean,
they don't have no personality. They don't be saying nothing. They be mean as shit to
you
the
don't
bitches.
need to say nothing.
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
That's coming from a tall nigga.
Nothing.
See, that's the tall nigga talk.
Coming from a tall nigga.
These niggas just get whatever they want in life. Just I gotta have personality.
So what you do? What you do to the women that be like, well, I like tall men?
I clown them for it. I just like.
Does that work for you?
Yeah, every time. I always just clown them for it, and then I'm like, all right, like whatever, like we could just be friends. Then they see me doing fun shit. Like they watch my story, you know what I'm saying? Like they see me doing cool shit, then now they want to be a part of it. And I just be like, oh, I thought you only fuck with tall niggas. I thought you only fuck, yeah, nah, hold up. It's a short nigga energy over here.
That story that you was telling us before this camera was rolling, you saying anything about that while the camera's rolling? Because now I got a question. Did she just walk past you? She had like she ain't see you.
Nah, she tried to act like she ain't see me. But nah, that wasn't because of tall. That wasn't because of tall, short shit or nothing. It was because I don't know. I don't know. Because I put off a lot of like fuckboy energy on my page. You feel me? Like
a little bit.
Like I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a super dragger on there, but that's not really always my life. Like I'm really a.
So you trying to say you not a fuckboy?
Right. That's right.
Listen,
you giving me real fuckboy.
Let's say this. All right, so.
Fuckboy.
I know.
Fuckboy.
Nah, listen, cause you gotta remember too, like when you go on my page, it's not a personal page, it's a comedy page. Right? Oh, wow. So I be joking half the time. You feel me? But sometimes I slip in like real shit. But people don't know what's real, what's fake.
Right.
And I like it that way because if I put on like my real life all the time, sometimes I be really going through shit. And if people don't react the way that I need them to react to my shit that I'm really going through, I'm a freak out. Like I'm gonna get mad as shit. Like I'm gonna be like, yo, fuck you, yo. Why you not checking on me, nigga? Like I'm going through shit. So so the fact that now it's just a comedy page and it's just strictly comedy, nobody ever check on me for none of this shit. Right. It's like only the people that's really around me will know to check on me. Like my bro right here. Like I live with him, so he know if I'm really going through something.
Yeah, he supported you when you with some ass.
Yeah, and he supported me when I was some ass. So that's why now I'm like, yo, now we about to get rich. So I'm like, yo, niggas gonna be well taken care of. Me ain't nobody gonna fuck with us. Like, I'm like,
do you feel like? Ooh, I had to ask him this. Top five comedians in Baltimore right now. You can put yourself on the list if you want.
It's me, all 5 of them.
Damn.
For real?
Damn.
It's like that. It's hot in the streets.
It's me, all 5. But it's other niggas that I fuck with. But I just feel like I'm just the best.
How you say, like all 5? No Cleon, no Omar, no nothing, just you.
I ain't know Omar was from Baltimore. He from Baltimore? I thought he's from DC.
Nah, he from here.
He from Maryland, ain't he?
He's somewhere in this motherfucker.
I mean,
I think he's from Maryland.
Wasn't he just going viral with some nigga cut his fucking hair?
If we exclude myself, I would say girl, he funny. The little nigga Reggie. Mm-hmm. The reason why I put him in there is because that nigga is 17.
He is young as shit.
And he's funny.
He's a genius. No,
he's funny as shit.
He's smart. Like yo, when I be like spending time with him and like we be making content and shit, he's so smart because like the way that he think is like he be freestyling on his videos. Like he don't write nothing. And I'm like, I be impressed because I'm like, I write all my shit. I'm like, I write all my shit, but he be freestyling and like his personality is viral. You feel me? So he got a viral personality. And that's the same thing I did too. Like I created a viral personality.
Right, you sure did.
And so that's why I put him in there. Who else? I would say Vontae.
Vontae? Oh man.
I think Vontae is funny. But I think he fucked himself up a little bit.
Why, with the whole bonnet and shit?
I say he fucked himself up because his audience is all women. Like it's.
But that nigga, most of your audience is what?
Men.
You check the algorithm. Most of your audience is men.
Men. Street niggas.
But it's a category for women. So you feel like that's his audience. What makes you cater to more men than women?
Because I'm the epitome of the
fuck nigga.
Damaged, like toxic street nigga. Like in all my videos.
Yeah, I can get that.
And so that's who I resonate with, the crazy niggas in the streets.
Mm-hmm. And who's number 3 on this list?
Number 3, shit, I don't even be knowing a lot of.
You in your own lane. You just
be. Them are really the only people I know.
Do you like to collab with other comedians and shit like that? Or you like to just keep it local?
I like to collab, but I only like to collab if somebody bringing another viral energy. Like it's a lot of people want to collab, but they not banging. Like
so, it's hard to collab.
It's hard to collab because
so a nigga coming up can't just hop with your wave real quick.
If he coming up and he nice and I see it, yeah.
Okay.
But I don't be seeing it. Like I be like, I see it. Like I see what they doing, but I'm like, this shit not exciting. Like I'm like, if I put you on my platform, I don't want people to look at me like, what you doing?
Because you representing me now.
Right,
like who the fuck is this?
So I'm like, if it's a nigga that's coming up and he got some shit that is fire and people fucking with it, and I can see people fucking with it, and we put it on a bigger platform, I would do that. But if you don't got like nothing really going, it's like I'm carrying you on a track. It's like, yo, you get what I'm saying?
He draking everybody on the tracks
it's
now.
Like I'm carrying you. Like it's like you gonna get this feature, and then after this, your fans gonna just ask for me every time. So it's like you really want to do this. Like that's what I be. But I be explaining that to them though.
Oh well, shit! At least you kick the game, yo.
Yeah, at least I be explaining to because I don't like when people leave me on red or like just don't respond to me.
Yeah.
So when people hit me up, I just honest with them, and then if they get mad about it, then I'm like, that's just the truth. Like I'm like, listen,
fuck it, I'm just gonna give you the game, and that's
it. Look, but they usually be like, all right, I appreciate that. You know what I mean? And then some of them come back with the viral energy. Like it's a nigga that wanted to collab with me a while ago. I was like, yo, if you hit like 50K on TikTok, I'll do the collab with you.
This man be putting goals on 50K. You know how long it's gonna take a nigga?
These niggas jumping though. They got their shit at like 300K. I
feel like it's a lot easier to gain the followers on TikTok than it is on the gram. The gram seems like a grind.
The gram is a grind, but TikTok is different because you don't you don't gotta have no followers for some shit to go viral.
You just on the For You page.
It's just if the video good, you know what I mean? And if you post it at the right time, because they got like little times and shit, you're supposed to post that for like viral time. That's like the background on my phone and shit. Like I'll just be looking at it every day. Like I'll be like, all right, I'll post at this time. Like I don't post at no bad times.
Oh, that man's about his business.
I be like, yo, everything I post gotta do well. You feel me?
I respect the hustle. I respect it, but
because I be listening to Drake. Like,
see now that's leading us right to where we need to go.
Nice.
In this segment, we're gonna go ahead hit him with it, Brax. We done got to know the man a little bit. It's time to go ahead and start these vibes, man. When the last time, the most memorable time a woman dragged on you that you remember? Most viral drag.
Who finesse you?
Most craziest drag ever.
Yeah. She got one over on the light skinned demon.
Shit. I mean. And my ex she was a pretty big dragger.
You say pretty big, I mean she dragged on you a lot. It wasn't just one drag.
She was a super dragger, like yo, but when I met her though, she was already like in the mix with like a lot of industry people. You feel me? Like she knew a lot of people. And it's like when I started doing this comedy shit, it was like my image for myself is like I'm gonna be the biggest comedian in the world. So I'm gonna know all these niggas. Like when I think about Drake and shit, like that's gonna I'm gonna know that nigga. Like
it's pulling up.
So I'm like, so when we first started talking, she told me like, yeah, I used to talk to Future. Like that's what she told me.
Does anybody feel like that was your first red flag?
Nah, but listen though, she was bad though, and the sex was crazy. Like she's a Scorpio, so I was like,
she done squirted on him.
She
squirted on him.
Shit to me.
There it is. That's exactly what it was. She squirted on you.
She did crazy shit to me. Like
that's how you get your ass ate, ladies and gentlemen.
She had me stuck inside the love cycle, as Tusi would say. I was in that bitch living though. Like I was fucking with it. But she told me she was talking to Future and shit. So I was like, all right, is it any other? I'm like, all right. So when I meet the free band king, like I'm like, we got something to talk about. I'm like, whatever. I'm like, it's cool. Like, I'm like, I still fuck with Future, but in my head, at first I didn't want to fuck with Future no more because I'm like, I used to fuck my bitch.
He fucked your bitches some Gucci flip flops.
Right. And then when I hear that song at first, I was like, damn, he not. But then I realized like, he not talking about her. Like, she wasn't that big of a deal to him. You feel me? I'm like, yo, they didn't go that far.
The fact you gotta play a mind game with yourself, he couldn't have been.
It ain't her.
I'm like, he ain't talking about her. You feel me? Like, and then she told me like, you know that song Collection. He like, even when I fuck you once. She told me she was there for the album release for that album. And so she told me she was mad about that song. So I was like, he was dragging on you anyway. So I'm like, he don't even care.
Spin his game on the low end.
So I'm like, all right, whatever. So then I'm like, is there any other famous niggas that you fuck with? She tell me no. So I'm like, I bet. So it's nobody else.
You believe that?
Right, I believed it, yeah.
You was in a love cycle like shit.
Stupid, right? I believed it, but it's like you gotta believe that person. You feel me? Like if you don't, then the shit gonna end. You feel me?
Right. And I ain't got no reason not to. I'm like,
so
all right.
It's like if you don't believe them, like that shit is gonna be over. So you might as well just be like, all right, fuck it. Like just go with it. So then like, I don't know, like I seen messages. She was like messaging Steve Harvey's son and shit.
Yo, so why you letting your man go through a woman's phone, bro?
Listen, that's not what happened. That's not what happened. So this what happened. So she tell me, we talking, cause she had posted me on her story. And some shit was going on with my exes. Like my exes was beefing with her cause I was with her. Like it was like the beginning parts of the relationship. I posted her way too soon. Like basically like I upped on the gram so fast. Like as soon as I got the pussy, I upped on the gram so quick. Like this my wife. Like niggas ain't ready to play with.
He said, this my wife.
We at the gym together, all types of shit.
You an IG model now.
So I'm like, yeah, like we in the gym. Like she got her little like Fashion Nova 2-piece on, looking crazy. And so my exes was beefing with her, so she posted me on her story like, yo, they want him, but I got him type shit. And she told me Steve Harvey's son was like DM'd her and was like, yo, this look trashy, like this not you type shit. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck this nigga talking about? I'm like, yo, up on this nigga. Like, fuck this nigga. I'm like, yo, fuck this nigga. So then...
Did she show you the message?
So then I'm like, let me see the messages, right? She like, I can't find them. I'm like, let me see your phone. Like, give me your phone, yo. So I search this nigga name, this shit come up. It's hella messages. It's way more messages. I'm like, yo, The fuck is this?
Drag
He
on
said you was
it.
trash because she dragged on him.
I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? I see the message. It say some wild shit. Like cause she posted me on her story. Like I was looking cute and shit. Whatever. Mm-hmm. Then he was like, I guess I gotta admire you from a distance. Blah blah blah. You know that gay ass shit niggas be doing. Like, why you even saying this dumb ass shit, Goofy? Like, you see me on her story.
He was hurt. He was hurt.
So he say that shit. She respond like, yeah, like I guess you know what I mean. Maybe one day we'll cross paths or some shit.
Hey,
so I see that, yo, I go off. I'm like, yo, get the fuck out my crib. I'm like, yo, you leaving? You Dunzo, like I'm like, yo, you a fucking
you was
upset or types of shit, bro. I'm saying shit but I'm blacked out. Like this is my first time like snapping like this.
Oh,
because I was crazy my whole life, but this is when I like
I was crazy my whole life.
But this is
my whole life I've been crazy.
This is when it came to the surface. Like I turned into my other person. Like it was like it's like I'm calling her or names like Manny would never say.
Manny ain't say that.
Like Manny would never say this. So like I'm like, yo, you gotta leave. I'm gonna hurt you. Like, I'm like, yo, you gotta leave. Her brother come over. She like, yo, I'm like, yo, your brother come over here. Any type of shit. I'm like, I'm gonna pull on him. I'm like, I'm not playing, yo. He come in. I'm like, yo, your sister Trish. I'm like, listen, look, I show him the message. I'm like, look, he like,
what are he supposed to be like? Yeah, yo.
He like, yo, sis, you wrong. He like, yo, you wildin'. You wasn't supposed to be doing this. So then I'm like, yo, get her to leave, yo, because I'm a herder, bro. I'm like, she like, he not gonna do nothing. I'm like, bro, it's not me. I'm like, yo, look me in my eyes, bro. Because I'm like, yo, he the same as me. Like, I'm like, bro, you know what's going on here. I'm like, yo, it's not me you talking to, bro. He like, so then he ended up leaving, right?
Yo, he dipped out on his sister. Hey, yo.
So,
hey, yo. You know how fun of a person you gotta be. Yo, I'm gonna hurt you. I'm out.
I'm like, yo,
let his sister fend for herself.
She telling him like he not gonna do nothing. I'm like, yo, don't listen to her, bro. I'm like, yo, I'm crazy, bro. I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
That's enough for me. Yeah, yo, we got to go.
I'm like, yo, I don't know what's going on with me, bro. I'm like, I'm tripping. I'm like, yo, get me out of here. Get her out of here. Somebody gotta get out of here. So he leave. I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm leaving. I'm like, I call my bro Josh. He in Chicago. He played for the Bears. So I call him. I'm like, yo, I'm about to pull up on you. This what happened. He like, all right, pull up. I ain't have no money at the time neither because I was, you know what I'm saying, I ain't had no job and shit. I was just driving for Uber. But then I had gave her my money so she could get like a lash class. So I was just ain't had no bread.
Ho.
Listen.
Bro, you wasn't talking to him through this whole shit. So your shorty was dating Future and Steve Harvey's son's fucking DM and they had no money.
Hold up, time out, yo. You making it crazy. That was my shorty, yo.
This man had no guidance.
Yo, that was my shorty. So I was riding with her. Listen.
So she broke your pockets.
Broke my shit.
So she was, oh wow.
So I call him. He sent me $100 for gas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, all right, I'm on my way to Chicago. So I'm packing my shit, yo. She telling me like, she calling me all types of names, like you a bitch ass nigga.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
Just like your bitch ass daddy, like all types of shit. Like,
oh yo,
I'm ignoring it. I'm like,
real female shit.
Real female shit.
My bro, like, yo, ignore it, yo. You know what I'm saying? Then she like, yo. She said something to me, and then I turned around and I was like, yo, keep it a bug with me, yo. You fucked somebody this morning? Cause that morning, yo, I woke up, she wasn't in the bed. Like, she was gone. You feel me? You know, you wake up, your shorty going, like, where you at? Like,
first of all, it's 6:30.
Right. I wake up, it's like 7 a.m. She not there. It's like a Saturday. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? So then I call her, she didn't answer. Then she come home, and, you know what I'm saying? Her hair was wet and shit. So I'm like, yo, what you...
This man ain't had no guidance.
I'm like, yo, what you went to your mother house? Cause she lived with her mother before she met me. She basically had moved into my crib.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yo, what you went to your mother house? She like, no, I went to Target. I'm like, why your hair wet? She like, I put leave-in conditioner in my hair. But that shit ain't smell like the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know this.
You was a crazy nigga, yo.
In fact, I'm crazy. So like, I don't trust shit. Like, I got trust issues. So if the shit don't add up in my head, like,
see, Brax, is women like you that fuck up good niggas.
Whoa,
this man
women like me.
That man 24 with trust issues.
I've done nothing. What are you talking about?
So I asked her, I'm like, yo, you fucked somebody this morning? She like, she started laughing. Like, she get to laugh.
Yo,
she get to laughing. She said, yup.
This after you was gonna pull the blicky on her.
Yo, listen. She said, yup, bruh. I think I blacked out in that moment. I like teleported to where she was at.
Did she tell you what it was?
Nah, I smacked her. Like I smacked her like hard. Like it was crazy.
He not even making eye.
Like I was like, yo, like it was like
Shit.
it was bad. And so after that, she grabbed all her shit, threw it in the car, took her dog. She's like, I'm leaving. Like I was like, she's like, I can't believe you hit me. I was like, yo, I'm so sorry. Like I ain't even mean to hit you. Like I'm like, I don't even know what happened. I'm like, I told you I was crazy. I'm like, yo, I told you leave. I'm like, why you ain't leave when I told you leave?
Only crazy niggas will slap you and be like, I told
I'm like,
you
yo,
go.
I didn't even know what happened. So like to try to make it right though, I call her brother. I'm like, yo,
what? Stop calling it.
listen,
Yo.
I call her brother because I'm a real nigga. I'm like, yo,
Why you keep calling? Yo.
I'm like, yo,
Oh my
listen,
God.
if that shit happened to my sister, I'd kill that nigga. You feel me? Like I'm like, yo, so
You
I'm
already
thinking, like,
told yo you was going to hit his sister.
He left because he saw that you was crazy. What you thought he
Listen.
was gonna come for you?
nah, listen. So I'm, but I know he, you know what I'm saying? Like street niggas know street niggas. So I'm like, yo, I know what type of time this nigga on. So I'm like, yo, I know if it was me, I'd kill this nigga.
Right, of course, of course. Mm-hmm.
So I call him. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I put hands on your sister. I'm like, yo, you could pull up to my crib. We could put the blickies down. And you could just beat the shit out of me for 15 minutes, whatever you want to do. I'm like, yo,
hey, yo, 15 minutes.
I'm like,
15
yo,
minutes is a long
Yeah, you
time.
get 15 seconds.
I don't know. Like, I just said 15 minutes. I wasn't really going to let him beat the shit. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not no bitch ass nigga. So
Yo,
if
you
he
know how
was
much
taking
balls
it too
you
far,
gotta have to be like, hey, yo.
like, if he was going to take it too far, like,
You
I'm
could
not,
just come beat on me
I'm
real
not
quick.
soft, you feel me? So I wasn't going to let myself die or nothing. But I'm like, yo, you could come beat me up. Like, I'll let it happen. You feel
The
me?
nigga crazy if he say, yo, I beat your sister up, you can just beat me, yo.
Nah, so look, so he like, nah, I'm gonna let y'all handle it. Like, he like, whatever.
This ain't my brother no more. This can't be my brother. This can't be. This can't be my brother.
Nah, cause he knew the situation.
This not my brother though.
I don't know. I guess cause he knew this. I don't know. So that's they family. Listen, so
We ain't family.
so we end up making up and shit. Like, you know what I mean? We end up making up. I apologize. You feel me? I felt so bad. I had to get admitted into a psych ward because of that whole situation. It was crazy.
You admitted yourself?
Nah, I got admitted because, listen, on my way back from Chicago, I called my bro and I was capping because I was like, yo, because I told him, like, I was like, because I was already doing shows in Pittsburgh, but I hadn't did a paid show yet. But I told him, I was like, yo, I was just in Chicago. I just did a paid show. Like, I'm like, yo, I just made 2 bands off a show. I'm lying, though. I'm like, I'm making this shit up because I'm like, I'm trying to get niggas excited. I'm trying to motivate the trenches. So I'm like, yo, y'all gotta help me sell tickets. And I'm like, yo, we could all make money off of this.
Mm-hmm.
And they like, yo, he like, yo, you got the 2 bands on you right now? And I hear a nigga in the background like, yo, let's just take the 2 bands off him. So I'm on the phone, I'm like, yo, I'm on FaceTime with buddy. He look up, he nod yes, and then look back at me like, yo, when you getting back to Pittsburgh? So this supposed to be my man. So I'm like,
damn.
I'm looking at him on the phone. I hang up the phone. I'm like, fuck this nigga. So then I pull over and I'm like, yo, these niggas is playing with me. I'm like, yo, I got the blicky like right here. Yeah. I'm playing young boy. Like, I'm like, yo, these niggas got me.
You said I'm playing
up.
young boy.
I'm like,
mistake
yo,
number 1.
I'm like, these niggas got me all the way fucked up. I'm like, yo, I'm about to light these niggas all the way. I'm like, yo,
no.
this, I'm like, this shit about to fly too. I'm like, yo, cause I'm like, yo, all this shit going on with my girl, all this bullshit. I'm like, yeah, these niggas deserve to die. I'm like, it's over for these niggas. So then I text the nigga back. I'm like, yo, I'm like, yo, I'm on my way to LA. He like, yo, why you on your way to LA? He like, yo, you turn your location off. These niggas have my location. This like how close friends we was.
You was letting, oh, okay. Y'all, that was your mans that was trying to hit you down.
Listen, so he like, yo, you turn your location off, you good. I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm going to LA. Like, I'm making shit up. I'm like, yo, my agent called me to LA and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make the shit sound cool. Mm-hmm. I'm really on my way back to Pittsburgh. I tell my shorty, I'm like, yo, these niggas trying to rob me. She like, what you mean? I'm like, yo, I tell her the situation. Then he texted me like, yo, come home, bro. Like, we just want to make sure you good. And I'm like, yo, this nigga's weird. So then I get back to Pittsburgh. She like, come to my mom crib. Don't go to your crib. So I go to her mom crib. I'm paranoid. Like, I'm going to the car with the... You know
niggas is after you.
I'm going to the car in a hoodie. Like, I'm like, yo, I'm ducking this shit. I'm like, yo, like, I see a car drive past. I'm ready up it. I'm like, yo, nah. They're not about to catch me slipping out here. So then, I find out my roommate was telling niggas that I put hands on my shorty. And so that shit pissed me off too. So I'm like, yo, what's wrong with this nigga? I'm like, yo, that's because we live in the same house. You gotta keep shit to yourself. Right. So he telling his mans to DM my shorty. So his bro DM my girl. And so that's when I'm like, I'm fed up. So I'm like, yo, I get on my story. I'm like, yo, you. I know y'all was trying to rob me. When I see you, put one in your ass. I'm like, you DM my girl. When I see you, I'm going to blast you.
Oh, they try to hit you with the Tekashi 6ix9ine out here.
I'm like, yo, when I see you, I'm going to blast you. I'm like, yo, in my roommate, I'm not going to kill you, but when I see you, I'm fading you. I'm like, listen, I'm going to fade you because you need a fade. These other niggas need to get shot for it. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
And so my girl, she telling me, she like, I don't want to stay at my mom's crib. I'm like, all right, if I go back to my crib, I'm beating the shit out of my roommate.
Like, I just going back there ain't where it's at. I'm letting you know.
And so she like, all right, but just give me your gun though. She like, give me your gun.
Oh, fuck no.
She like, give me a gun because if you kill this nigga, you gonna go to jail. So I'm like, all right. So I give it a gun. I give it a strap. I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm like, I don't need a gun for this nigga. He a bitch. I'm like, he don't got no pole. He in the military.
He ain't about to risk it all.
He in the National Guard. He don't got no pole like in the civilian world. I'm like, you a bitch. So, so I'm like, so in Pittsburgh, open carry too. You could just go to the store and buy blicky, like no
real easy shit.
Yeah, like super easy. And so, I pull up to the crib, man. I'm in a whole nother world. I'm like, yo, I pull up. I'm cussing out the whole block. Like I'm like, yo, I'll fight any nigga out here. Oh,
you one of them.
I got the Don Julio on me. I take a big ass shot. I'm like, yo, I'm about to beat the shit out of my roommate. I'm like, anybody want to come watch? Like talking to the niggas. Yo, I go in the house. This nigga lock himself in a room. Call the boys. Call the feds.
Because he already thought you had the blicky. Like, no.
I'm like, yo, I don't got the gun on me, bro. I just want to beat the shit out you out here. Just come down here and get this free fade. I'm like, yo, you wanted to fight me before I let it go, though? I'm like, yo, we can fight now.
Now we can fight now.
Right. So he called the police. The police come. I'm explaining it to the police like it's normal. I'm like, yo, I just wanted to beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, I just wanted to fight. Right? That was it.
I'm like, yo, I just wanted to run this nigga fade. I'm like, yo, listen, I done did a lot of shit in my life. I'm like, if I wanted to kill this nigga, I'd have killed this nigga. I'm like, yo, I'm like, my girl got the straps. Y'all know she got the straps. I'm like, if I wanted to kill this nigga, he'd have been dead.
Right, of course,
like,
of course.
So the cops looking at me, then the black cop, like, he told my girl, like, yo, he going through an episode. Like, she like, yo, he going through, I'll be like, this nigga crazy. Mm-hmm. So he got my girl to, like, get me admitted. Mm-hmm. And so my girl, she S off while I'm in handcuffs. Mm-hmm. I'm like, yo, where the fuck you going? She don't tell me that. I'm trying to call her. And I'm at the gas station. I'm smoking a Black and Mild. I'm going through it.
You gotta be stressed to smoke Black and Mild.
I'm going through it. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, I feel like I just got triple crossed by the police, my roommate and my girl. Like, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? So then my girl, like, all right, like, she called me. She like, I went and talked to some doctors. They gonna come to the crib and talk to you. I'm like, cool. Like, I feel like I need to talk to some type of therapist.
Let me know when to come on, Ty.
I'm like, yo, I feel like I need to talk to somebody. So when a so-called therapist get to the crib, it's really the boys, though. It's really the police. Mm-hmm. They take me to the hospital. They take me to UPMC medicals, whatever.
Oh, they admitting you?
Yeah, they admitted my ass. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I get in there, yo. They ask me all types of questions. I'm like, yo, where am I at? Then I see I'm in a psych ward. I start snapping. I'm like, yo.
So he's snapping the place you not supposed to snap
like,
at.
Yo, what the fuck? So that's the first time like I found out I was bipolar. They told me that.
Oh, shit. So you was going your whole lilife, never diagnosed,
never
nothing.
Diagnosed. I was just doing crazy shit, but just keeping it on the low. I never snapped like in public. You know what I mean? Like if a nigga took my lunch money or something in school, like, I wouldn't do nothing right there, but like I like catch him like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
so you was a plotting motherfucker. Like, all right,
that's
got
what
you.
I do, yeah.
Got you. Y'all, you can have all this, yup.
Mm-hmm, yeah, cool. And then I get you right back with a mask on and saying, you don't know it's me. And then bad shit will just start happening to you because you mess with me, but you don't know why.
You don't know why. The shit just happening to you.
Because I be feeling like, yo, if you get the get back right there, yeah, they gonna feel like, all right, you got them back. But if they feel like the universe just fucking them up, like, then they hate their life. They feel like God beefing with them.
It's a better get back.
It's like, damn, God, you hate me, but it's really just me. It's really just me fucking with you.
Are you one of the types that don't take the bipolar medicine?
No, I don't take it no more.
Okay. Or how do you deal with it? Because I know some people say you're supposed to stay on it. Some people say they don't feel like they self when they on it.
So So like when they say I'm bipolar, like I get it. You know what I mean? It's a diagnosis, but I feel like I don't know if I'm the same or different than any other bipolar person. But when I'm manic or whatever they say,
manic.
It's not like I don't see it as manic. Like that's when my other personality or my other
and it triggers. What triggers it though?
Comes out. Any type of hurt, pain. Not any type, but it gotta be like a deep cut. You know what I mean? Like sometimes deep cuts, like if I get my heart broke or some shit, like it just be feeling like life too much for me to handle. So that's when he'll take over and just run my life while I just chill and I don't gotta talk to nobody. And he'll cuss anybody out for me. You know what I mean?
So that's like your protector, pretty much.
Yeah, like he kind of like guard me. You know what I mean? Like even like sometimes if I get too drunk and I gotta drive home, like he'll drive. You feel me?
Oh, this is a wild conversation.
Yeah, like,
okay.
Like he'll drive. Like he'll be like, yo, I drive, I got it. You know what I mean? And sometimes he get out of hand. Like if I keep him locked up too long, like he'll start to come out like he's not supposed to. Like if I like let's say I'm at the bar and somebody bump into me and I ain't let him have his time in a while, like he'll be like, yo, fuck you, yo. And a nigga will look at me and be like, yo, what? And I'd be like, my fault. Like,
Yo, not my fault.
Sorry.
Like, I'd
not
be like,
my fault.
Yo. Like, I ain't.
So that's what you were saying in your story previously with Shorty Brother, not Brother, when you was like, yo, it's not me. When you was telling him when he came to the house that he knows you, that wasn't you. Like, that how you got hurt. And that's when your other side came out.
My story?
Yeah, with Shorty.
No, it's not on your Instagram story.
No,
the story
you
that
was
we
telling
just
about
talking about.
Shorty and what was it?
The dragger.
Yeah, when she dragged on you.
Yeah, facts. That's what I was saying. I'm like, yo, it's not me. Like I was trying to fight it because I'm like, I ain't know what was going on. That was the first time. You know what I mean? Like when I was a kid, it would happen because I was doing shit that I was too scared to do. I don't want to really speak.
Right.
But I was doing shit that I was too scared to do, so he would do it for me. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't remember it. And so when all that shit happened, my friends trying to rob me and shit, it triggered all that. So now I remember, like, damn, that shit happened. Like, that was me doing that shit. You know what I mean? Because I was him and me at the same time in that moment. Like, as I was getting triggered, it was like, so I would start crying because I'm like, yo, I don't know what I did. Right. I don't know my whole life. And so that's when, you know what I mean? That's when I kind of started to learn more about it. But the way I deal with it is a lot of this shit I be posting and a lot of this shit I be talking about, it's really from his life, not my life. You know? Okay,
so you keep a little bit of you like cut off. Like
yeah, like I keep, so like my real personal life, you'll never see online. Like you'll never know who I'm talking to or what bitch I'm fucking with.
So you keep that like that's your business. You keep that completely separate.
Cause I got a plethora of bitches. So like if I
now I got a plethora.
A plethora of bitches.
Like I'm rich in bitches. Like if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Like,
so do you feel like it's go ahead, Brax?
You keeping it 100 with all your bitches though? Do they know that they part the plethora of bitches?
Nah.
Why not though?
Even if they watch this, I'm gonna tell them it's because of my internet personality.
But why you can't just keep it 100 with them and be like, yo? Because at the end of the day, you single, right? So if you single, you can technically fuck who you want to fuck with when you want to fuck with them.
I'm single to myself. To them, I'm in a relationship.
See, that's your problem. That's why I said you give me fuckboy energy.
Nah, listen. You gotta understand, right? Because I don't know if I want to give this away because this is a part of my stand-up act. But listen though, so I'm gonna explain it. So the world let women, you know what I mean, come up and have these great careers and make all this money. I'm here for it. You know what I mean? I'm here for it. Right? When I decided I wanted to be a comedian, I didn't know how much money I was going to get out of this.
Right.
And so I had to get rich still, though. You know what I mean? And so I'm going to be honest with y'all. I got 5 shorties that make well over $200K.
Each?
Yeah, so I'm rich in bitches. That's what I mean when I say
I'm rich in bitches.
I'm rich.
Yo, I'm rich in bitches.
I'm rich in bitches. So I'm like, yo, if y'all, I'm saying I don't ask them for too much. But if I need something, they got it.
Do they know about each other?
No, that's what he was just saying. I said, you might as well just tell them. They probably still gonna fuck with you.
Women really think that don't be the case. Like, nah, y'all be like, they still gonna fuck with you. 98.8% will not.
Listen, if we
single, then why not?
It is like, I know my worth. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, you fucking with me is you coming up to these not like these shorties like they got money, but they don't really be knowing what to do with their money. So like you know, I'm good with money, so I be educating them on the world and how business works and stuff. So they look at me as more like they think I'm so smart. You know what I mean? They like, yo, you so smart. So they look at me as like an asset almost. So I be educating my shorties. Because if I accidentally have a baby with one of them or something, you know what I mean? Like I can't have a baby with no dummy or nothing. You know what I mean? What if I die?
Who the baby with?
If I die, listen, if I die and like they can't take care of themselves, that means they gonna come up to heaven too soon. And they already gonna be stressing me out in my time in heaven. So I'm like, yo,
that's supposed to be my baby.
They're gonna be stressing me out in my time in heaven.
They gotta be fine if something ever happened to me.
Oh wow.
Like my shorties, they gotta be.
So do you prefer your women to make more than you?
I prefer it. Well, right now they really don't got no choice.
What the fuck?
What do you mean? Somebody gotta pay for all this shit.
They say, hey, listen, I need you.
Like, yo, like, I ain't buy this chain.
Do you like Instagram or famous women, or you prefer like the real low key? Like,
nah, I like low key women that don't like
low key rich. Don't forget the rich part.
Women that don't like a lot of attention. You know what I mean? Like, cause I need a lot of attention. You feel me? Like,
speaking.
I'm like, listen, I'm the one they supposed to pay attention to. If it's you, they trying to get attention, then I feel like you gonna try to take attention from me. And it's
you like the attention.
Cause it's like, listen. Because I feel like it's a lot of dimensions and worlds where I'm not the main character. Like, it's like...
I mean, I can see that, right?
You know what I'm saying? And that's where I get all the deaths from. That's where I get, like, all the ways I die. That's where I die at. You feel me? In the other dimension. This is the one where I'm lit. This is the one where I'm the one.
Yeah.
I'm the one right here.
This is my dimension.
This is mine. You feel me? So I'm like, this is the one where I'm lit at. So I need all the attention in this one. So I'm like, yo... This the one where I survive, you feel me? I make a bunch of money and I get that big ass house that overlooks some crazy shit. You know what I mean? Like just all types of shit.
Okay.
Vision and all of that. So if a shorty want attention, it's like I just feel like you can't fuck with me if you really want attention because I don't even have time to give you that much attention. You feel me? But that's why the shorties that I mess with, like they busy. You feel me?
I was trying to tell somebody else this recently. I was like, I need somebody you gotta have some shit going on. Like you gotta be busy.
Shit going on. Cause listen, some of them run businesses, you feel me, doctor, lawyer, whatever. So they got shit going on. They don't really even have time for me. But when you add all the little time up, it just equate to one shorty. You feel me? Like equate to one bitch. So
forgive a little like, here and a little here.
Like I got a girlfriend. Like I just got one girlfriend.
Brax, go ahead. Yep, go ahead, Brax. Go ahead. Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
No, so you got 5 bitches and they just make one girlfriend, but they don't know about each other. They supposed to know about each other.
Yo,
I wouldn't mind it if I knew. I wouldn't mind it if I knew, but maybe that's just me. Maybe my personality and the type of people I am is rare.
Because listen, you gotta understand these is women that they got money. They don't got time to be worrying about if another shorty messing with they.
Right, they already busy as this.
They know they worth too. You feel me? So I gotta tell sweet little lies. You feel me? I gotta.
This boy is an upfront boy too.
So when you tell sweet little lies and then she find out that you lying and then she come back like she a crazy bitch, then what?
How she gonna find out? She don't got time.
Right, and he don't post on his Instagram.
You think she don't got time?
Nobody on my Instagram ever. You feel me? Like
you think she don't got time until somebody see you somewhere with somebody and it's somebody that she know and then she find out.
No, listen, that's not. But
that's a rare instance. It's rare.
He said, "All my bitches house bitches. We stay in the house."
That'd never happen because I got. You know what I'm saying? I know where they
spread far enough apart.
I know where they at certain times.
I know the demographics. You feel me?
They spread far enough apart.
So I'm not tripping about that. You feel me? But like you gotta understand when somebody get to a certain level money wise, like they expect a certain level of intimacy and that fantasies. You feel me? So it's like I provide that fantasy. You feel me? So that I could live my life the way I want to live it. You feel me?
Yo, you really sound like a male IG male.
Boy.
Listen, Listen. Women been doing this for years.
Yeah, he's really flipping it and doing it from a man's perspective.
Women been doing this for years.
You
right?
are a fuckboy.
Listen, I
a
can
lying
tell
fuckboy.
I can tell you right now, if I'm at the gas station with $0, I could get $200 sent to me.
Oh yeah,
off rip for some gas. So listen,
that's why you stay rich in bitches.
If that's a problem, listen, then you don't gotta fuck with me. But but I'm educating the youth too. I'm teaching my young niggas how to do the same thing. Because listen, right?
Ladies, listen, it's young niggas out here that's finna start finessing you.
Listen, yes, we are. We's finessing you. City Boys is up because of niggas like me. Because
this is why I said you are a fuckboy. City Boys is up.
Listen, Shorty's been extorting us for years.
Facts.
We've been paying for.
I kind of he like a light skinned Kevin Samuels. Like I kind of like
They've been playing us, and I follow Kevin Samuels. So I think that nigga is great. You feel me? I love the messaging. But listen though, they've been finessing us for years. One thing I will never do is pay for OnlyFans.
Pray for me on this episode.
I would never.
You never pay for OnlyFans.
Never pay for no OnlyFans. Never pay for sex. Never pay
directly paid.
Not everybody even really indirectly. Like off the. Listen, I'm just saying. I never had the times when I take shorties out on a date and really do that. I usually don't end up fucking them for real.
What?
That's crazy, right? I usually in that mode. It's it don't usually even work out. The way that my shit usually work out is I meet a shorty in a bar and I'm on demon time. And I finesse her back to my crib and I say crazy shit. I just say the wildest shit. Cause when you drunk, you feel me? You feel me? You just say anything. So I'd be like, yo, how about we just go home? We order a pizza, watch a movie. I throw my tongue in your butt. I say some crazy shit like that. And the shorties be like, yo, this nigga talking crazy. They so taken back from it, but they be like, this nigga bold, he different.
He had the balls to say some shit like this.
You know what I mean? This nigga bold, he different. So I usually end up hitting that night, but I'm not a just hit one time type of nigga. Once I hit, I'm gonna keep doing it. You feel me? I'm all right,
And so the bitches don't stop. You just keep hitting and then do it again and then keep hitting and then do it
until
again.
I decide I don't like her no more. You gotta
these bitches is disposable apparently.
These are recycles.
You gotta just understand, cause the way that shorties move nowadays is they deserve to get dragged on. They deserve every bit of it because
who hurt you?
Everybody.
That one girl, that one girl dragged on you, and now you just traumatized.
Nah, everybody hurt me. Everybody did something to me.
So that don't mean you supposed to take it out.
Nah, listen, cause I be telling God, you know what I mean. I be talking to Him, and I be like, yo, cause the last shit that happened to me. Listen, it was a shorty. I fucked with a heavy. You feel me? Then, cause she told me, listen, when we first met, she was I was like, yo, how old are you? She I'm 18. And it was one of them shits where you see somebody they glowing in the room, they glowing.
Right. Fair.
So I was really fucking with her. I was like, yo. This shit crazy. And so then I asked her how old she is. She said she 18. So I'm like, alright, it's dead. It's over. I'm like, alright. Right? So then, shorty come back and she hey, I'm sorry, I said that, I'm actually 21. They just tell us to say that because we're not supposed to fraternize with the guests or whatever. And I'm at first I'm thinking, that shit weird, but I'm she was also glowing in the room. You feel me? She was
it's
also
weird,
glowing.
but she was a bad bitch, so
she was fine as shit, yo, and it was crazy. So I'm alright, cool. So I'm I don't want to make a harm for you. I'm gonna come back, get your number, whatever. But anyway, long story short, I end up fucking with this shorty. We end up kicking it, all types of shit. I end up thinking I might even cut off the other shorties.
Ooh.
I'm I might cut off the other shorties. Then, I find out she not 21. I find out she actually 18. I'm yo, what the fuck? You lied to me. You feel me? And I found out because of an article, because her ex-boyfriend and shit got killed.
Oh.
And so when I looked up her name, the article came up and shit. And it said, yo, it's 18. And I'm yo, you was dating 18-year-old? She yeah. But then I'm nah.
You 18?
Nah, hell no. Because then the article says she was also she also went to the same school. So I'm that's crazy. I'm like, nah, that's wild. So after that, I was like, yeah, like it's over. I told God, I was like, yo, if this don't work out, it's gonna be a lot of shorties praying to you about me.
So you just out here preparing little fuckboys for the world. It's okay. It's okay. We gonna let you be a city boy.
It's not even that. It's just I'm just not gonna let them get taken advantage of. Cause they're my little niggas.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I guess we gonna let you be a city boy since you want to be a city boy. Ladies, watch out for him though, and his
no, don't watch out for me.
And his little posse, cause he got little niggas that he training.
Listen, don't watch out for me in real life, cause this just my internet personality. You feel me? Like this Manny's Mania on here. That's who they called under the podcast. So if you meet me in real life and you see me, you see the gold dress. I'm a normal dude. You feel me? But I gotta put out this toxic shit for that. You know what I'm saying? Just
the internet does love toxic shit.
Right, yeah, the internet love toxicity.
That's right. That's right.
Yo, that's the whole reason why I let my alter ego Mantez, I let him out on, you feel me, on the internet, because I'm like, yo, this is the shit that they want. Yo, when I post toxic shit, let's keep it a buck. My followers love that shit. Like, they love that shit. That shit my story be getting 2,000 views when I post toxic shit. Like, they be them toxic tweets.
That's facts, though. Everybody love the toxicity. Dangin'. So you keeping up the toxicity. What's next for you?
What's next? I've been working with some acting coaches and shit, just to get my acting up, because I'm trying to really get on a Netflix original series. Like, one of them Netflix shit. Like, yo, listen, the reason why I'm trying to get on Netflix is because all my exes gonna see me. Every single one of them.
He said, I'm trying to stun on you bitches.
I'm trying to have them, like, scrolling through they shit, you feel me? And they see me, like, on a cover or some shit, and they look, and they like, yo, that's him. You feel me? Like, that's the nigga that I dragged on, or that's the nigga that you feel me? I left him for another nigga, or I cheated on him.
You did me dirty, but look at me.
Yeah, but now I'm upset, and then they try to call my phone, but my number new. You feel me? I didn't change numbers.
Yo, say I want you to feel that same hurt that
I want them to call that old number. That old number that I got, I want them to call that old number. Like, I'm praying. They call that old number and they get that fucking beat. You feel me? And they just know.
Hey, yo.
And then they gonna show up in my IG requests. You feel me?
So
like on Facebook Messenger, some shit.
So let the people know where they can find all the toxicity at. What's your IG?
Manny's Mania. That's my ads on everything. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, shit, everything. Manny's Mania. MANNYSMANIA. Manny's Mania. You can find me there. I got some new shit coming because niggas is dying over these crates. So
is you gonna be in the crate challenge?
I'm a crate challenge.
That shit, but I'm gonna tell God. I'm gonna tell God that listen. This is what I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna be like, yo, a op caught me at the top crate. But you know the top crate wobbly. You feel me? So when I banged on it, the shit fell. The crate really killed me. So the op didn't kill me, but the crate killed me. That's what I'm missing.
I'll fuck with it. Listen, this has been the most informative fucking episode of the Vibes podcast, and I just want to appreciate you for sliding through, brother, and give game to the young folks, man, as far as keeping the grind on the Instagram, because it's hard to get the popping on the gram when you first start.
I would say the biggest thing is just consistency, and if you starting some new shit, just start a new page, because you just, like, I don't know, I feel like building fans versus friends is way better if you're trying to profit off of something. Like, cause your friends gonna fuck with you, but they're not gonna be like a fan of you.
Right, because they like,
they know you.
They know you. They see you in real life, so they know when you posting if it's not
authentic.
If it's not authentic. And it's like, yeah, I get it. Like, you feel me? Like, people say like, oh, you should always be real, but sometimes the real shit too much for people, or you can't post the real shit because it's not attractive. So you gotta keep it like business. You feel me? So it's like, yo, if you really trying to do this Instagram shit or comedy, whatever, you gotta always be a comedian. You feel me? Like, you can't put your personal whatever on the
comedy shit on Instagram slaps.
Yeah, the comedy shit, and the comedy niggas is winning right now.
Yes,
comedy niggas, we winning. We got all the bitches. We got we getting all the money. You feel me? We hosting at clubs, all types of shit. The comedy niggas is winning. The rap niggas, they up too. I fuck with the rap niggas. I don't really even all the way fuck with the comedy niggas, but the rap niggas, y'all losing right now to the comedy niggas. We up.
All right, and it's just like that. Listen, rap niggas, get your cookies up. This has been another episode of the Vibes Podcast. And yeah, check us out on the next one. Brax, you got any last statements you want to tell these people where they can find you, where you want to show your feet at? Like,
don't tell them be
what?
You know, you like
warning. She been warning the girls about me, all types of shit.
Like I said, ladies, watch out for him and his posse. He raising a bunch of city boys, and we out. It's a vibe.
The Maniac's not paying for your OnlyFans, ladies. Sorry, we're not paying.
All right, and we out. You know the vibes.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe.